Lesbians and non-lesbians, welcome back to another lore dive. We are here and we are ready. Today we are looking into the entire history of Noxus and the Black Rose. All right, League of Legends lore going crazy. So Movie Balls Deep made this video talking about the entire history of Noxus. And as someone that is currently doing a lore dive into specifically this, it's time for the Noxus lore. I feel like Noxus is probably the most pivotal piece of history in the world of League of Legends. Like, the entire calendar stems from the erection of Noxus. That sounded weird for some reason. But as someone that will consume all lore of every story and every world and every video game, this is what we're doing right now. All right, so lesbians and non-lesbians, definitely subscribe for more lore. I will do 2 lore videos a week on Taku every week. We're trying our best. Let's see what we got. Next one, I'm trying for Warhammer. We'll see if that's what happens. All right.
Noxus is the largest and one of the most powerful nations in all of Arcane and Runeterra, where now their politics has...
They did her so dirty at the end of Arcane Season 2! Dude, I love Vmbessa. She is such a fucking badass.
Started to even influence the lives of people in Piltover and Sion, especially the Black Rose faction of Noxus.
All right, so I'm really happy we're doing this lore dive specifically because A, League of Legends lore so far is A tier. As you know, I will do a tier list in every lore that ever happened in every story in every game. So far it's A tier, easily. However, the Black Rose, I feel like, is one thing that just super wasn't explored well in Arcane. Arcane, I know, had a lot of storylines, literally meshed together to make Arcane Season 2, but the Black Rose is one that I really don't understand at all. I don't know how that mixes with the Medarda family. I don't know their history or their plans or their goals, so I am very, very, very eager to learn more about this. All lore will be consumed, and so far League of Legends is pretty goated.
Showing its thorns to fight against Mbessa, who has essentially taken over Piltover by declaring martial law.
Bro, she thought she was the president of South Korea, for real.
However, this isn't the first time the Black Rose has tried to infiltrate another nation, because in their 1,000-year history...
The Black Rose has a 1,000-year history? Okay, so I did an entire timeline of League of Legends lore dive. I've literally done the lore dive on, like, the greater League of Legends lore. Based on what I've seen, Mordekaiser did some crazy fucked up shit, and he ended up getting kind of backstabbed by LeBlanc. And, was it LeBlanc? Someone backstabbed Mordekaiser, ended up erecting Noxus as a nation instead of, like, a bunch of different Noxus groups ended up coming together as, like, one greater civilization. And, from what I didn't realize the Black Rose was before even Noxus. Was it?
On Noxus?
Unless she started the Black Rose.
So they and their leader, LeBlanc,
So LeBlanc started the Black Rose. Dude, she can give me backstabs any day of the week, if you know what I'm saying.
Have puppeteered countless regimes and states for the gain of Noxus.
Oh my god, wait. She started... Wait. So she backstabbed Mordekaiser. She starts Noxus, okay, as the Black Rose. The Black Rose is the manipulator that caused all the factions to come together and form Noxus. So she actually is kind of, I would say, rightful ruler, but the manipulative fucking bitch out here.
So let me take you on a journey through the history of this great empire to better understand what they will do to Piltover and the rest of Runeterra in future series and movies after Arcane.
All right, I'm ready. Because from what I understand, there's this character, Swain, who has, like, this raven shit going on. Whole-ass Itachi Genjutsu motherfucker out there doing some crazy stuff. So I am more than ready. It's insane how complex it is. For a game as simplistic as League of Legends, I know it's not simplistic, there's lots of different metas and stuff like that. For a game as simple as League of Legends to have such an incredibly deep and brilliant lore, dog, I'm ready. Cook, bro.
The story of Noxus started with its first unofficial king, Sha'an Uzal, or better known as Mordekaiser the Iron Revenant.
More like Mordekaiser the GOAT, because that guy was so cool. All right, again, I don't know if he's going to cover, like, the full Mordekaiser lore, but I must say, Mordekaiser being literally a man too angry to die, the ultimate Giga Chad, he is immediately cemented as one of my favorite characters in this verse. For sure. Like, that dude, he wanted to die. He died, talked to other souls, was too angry to stay dead because there was no afterlife, came back instead with an army, took over the world, Genghis Khan to the fucking Runeterra world.
Sha'an Uzal, or better known as Mordekaiser, the Iron Revenant. 1500 years ago, he was once a mortal, yet brutal warlord king who ruled the lands of Eastern Valoron.
Right, that sounds pretty bad. Brutal warlord king can't get worse from there.
Long before
he found no god of death, so he became it. Is that not the most gangster shit you've ever heard in your life?
Existence of nations like Demacia or Noxus. For reference, Piltover was only founded about 250 to 300 years ago. The main reason for Mordekaiser's conquest and brutality was due to the fact that he expected a place of eternal glory in the fabled Hall of Bones.
What a fucking legend. Dude, can you imagine this? It's like, Viking dies, turns out there is no Valhalla, he's like, fuck it, comes back to life, creates his own Valhalla. Is that not the most insane gangster shit you've ever heard in your life? Dog, that's insanity. Oh my god, Mordekaiser is truly the GOAT. I love him so much.
Amongst the gods, but this all came crashing down on him after he died. Instead of the promised Hall of Greatness like Valhalla, he found himself in a desolate wasteland with eerie mists and other lost souls.
He's like, bro, the afterlife sucks, and just comes back instead. Like, that's insane! It's literally the most gangster stuff I've ever seen in my life. Like, bro, dude, honestly, if I actually do lore dives into the specific League of Legends characters, and they're all as, like, fucking awesome as Mordekaiser, I might actually bump up League of Legends lore to S tier. And I only have like 4 lores up there so far, so that would be crazy.
This really pissed off Sha'an Uzal, as he had to grapple with the fact that his faith had betrayed him. Life after death was just that, a gray screen. This Hall of Greatness he chased was all a lie. What if his conquering wasn't enough? Maybe he just needed to subjugate even more people and get more land.
No. Bro got scammed by God, so came back again. Oh my god. Bro invested in the Hawk Tua coin without realizing what would go down.
Idea of conquering is at the center of being a Noxian, which has persisted for over a millennia even after Mordekaiser being long dead.
Oh my god. Bro's gonna annex Canada at this point. Oh my god, dude. Mordekaiser the GOAT.
Due to his indomitable will, Sha'an Uzal refused to succumb to the oblivion in front of him and started weaving his temptations across all of the realms and offered mortals his unstoppable strength if they dared to heed his call. This was a ploy, of course, as during the Great Darken War, some sorcerers banded together and answered his summons. They were determined to bring back Sha'an Uzal from the realm of the dead due to the stories of his great power. But
no, the world finally got rid of him and they brought him back. Dude, this is exactly like, this is what happened to Darth Revan in Star Wars lore. As you know, I've already consumed Star Wars lore. There's still more lore in Star Wars lore to consume, but I've already done a pretty good job. I've covered a lot of crazy Star Wars shit. There's still a lot there, and I plan on consuming all lore. But dude, Darth Revan, like, for those of you that think Star Wars is just some baby shit with like big cool swords laser fighting each other, dog, you are missing some insane lore. Darth Revan, man too angry to die, literally came back to take revenge. Like, holy shit.
Since his flesh was long gone, he was brought back into a dark metal plate that resembled his old armor and gave up on his mortal name, thus becoming Mordekaiser. And what did he do next? Well, he killed the sorcerers that brought him back.
No!
Back to life like any other normal person would do.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Bro, what's the name of that anime? The anime with the, what's that anime? The fucking How to Summon a Demon Lord, right? So for those of you, that's the anime. All right, this is this show, all right? So basically the plot of this anime is like, you have like these two random people, and they do like this whole summoning circle. They summon this guy from an alternate world. He's just like an average bozo in the alternate world, and he just ends up like accidentally enslaving everyone. It's pretty fucked up. But anyway, Mordekaiser's insane. It's like, bro, they're like, we must summon Mordekaiser to help us on our plight. They all come together, ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga, and they all summon him finally. It's like, oh, let's freaking go, let's go. We've summoned Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's like, bro's back. He kills them all. He just takes his rightful place. Bro, this is literally Madara threatening Kabuto after he gets Ito Tensai'd.
He continued to decimate and pillage the mortals around the eastern part of Valoron, using his unkillable might and necrotic powers, which resulted in him erecting a dark fortress which symbolized his terror and power, known as the Immortal Bastion.
Yeah, they call that fortress the Dark Erection. It's true, look it up.
Which is the current capital city of Noxus. This place would hold a very...
Wow, so his Black Erection was the original, is currently the heart of Noxus to this day. That's crazy.
Various treasures and secrets regarding Mordekaiser, as it stood as the center of his power. However, these secrets would eventually lead to his downfall. But to go into more detail about that, let's first talk about the founders of the Black Rose.
Right,
particularly a certain pale lady and a vampiric hemomancer who was...
Okay, don't know that guy.
Was directly involved in stopping Mordekaiser. After the fall of Emperor Azir and the Sun Disk of Shurima...
Yeah, we've already covered this in the lore. This guy basically was like some god warrior guy. He ended up getting backstabbed by his slave slash best friend. Don't think about it too hard. It'll just make you angry. And then the entire country ended up fucked up and break into a billion little pieces.
Many years before the reign of Mordekaiser, which will literally require a video of its own, a young boy called Vladimir was taken in as a ward to the Darken Master in Camavor.
Alright, so the Darkens basically rose up at some point because there was this whole rebellion between the Sun People and one of their like little vassal states, and because obviously the vassal state is insanely underpowered compared to like the greater Sun Warrior people, they ended up opening this rift to summon a bunch of demons and shit. Oh no.
By the way, if you didn't watch my entire timeline of Arcane video to know what a Darken is, well, Darkens used to be exalted beings known as Ascendants, and...
Yeah, and they ended up getting corrupted by the evil shadow shit. And after the Sun Warrior guy died, they all ended up getting corrupted.
Were revered as gods of Shurima, but ended up becoming corrupted with the use of blood magic after the fall of their beloved Emperor Azir. One such Darken ended up teaching Vladimir this blood magic after he proved his loyalty to him by killing his own father. When the enemies of these Darkens united together to stop them, Vladimir learned of a way to kill these gods and ended up betraying his master.
Every single character in this show is either betrays someone or gets betrayed. Am I the only one that's noticing this? Bro, Sun Warrior God guy gets betrayed by the vassal state that summons the demons. Then he gets betrayed by the guy that literally stabs him in the back. Stabs him in the back in regards to the entire Sun Warrior fiasco. Then the Darkens train Vladimir in blood magic. Then Vladimir learns a way to kill gods and betrays the Darkens. Now they end up working for Mordekaiser and betray him too. Dog, ain't no way, ain't no way.
Killing him and then absorbing the power. This strength plus the hemomancy that he already knew ended up teaching him the ways of mending flesh, giving him a near immortal life. At the
Bro, is he a champion in League of Legends? Because I know Mordekaiser and LeBlanc are. Vladimir. Oh yes, as you can see. Oh yes, he is a character in League of Legends. Fascinating. For those of you that want to see what he looks like in League of Legends, this is him. All right, this is him in League of Legends. He's good about running down mid, especially. He's been known for using some pretty fucked up tactics in regards to how he combats his opponents. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Height of Mordekaiser's power, Vladimir disguised himself as a flesh-eating barbarian god that the Noxi tribes surrounding the Immortal Bastion would sacrifice their young ones to.
Bro, no.
This would gain the attention of the pale lady known as LeBlanc.
Yeah, LeBlanc's like, oh shit, they're sacrificing living people to this dude? Hell yeah, let's collab, guys.
Who ended up becoming friends with Vlad as equals through their mutual interest in dark magic and the downfall of Mordekaiser.
They united over their appreciation and love of downfalls. This is literally the contract between us when you subscribe. I'm just saying.
So they ended up creating the Order of the Black Rose.
So that's how the Black Rose started. Before they even joined up with Mordekaiser, their plan originally was to annihilate Mordekaiser and manipulate the politics in the world. That's actually kind of insane. Not gonna lie. That's a pretty fucking fascinating dynamic. LeBlanc and Vladimir creating a shadow government. They created a union over literally hate, which is why you subscribe to me, for the correct people to hate. Oh my god.
Whose first mission was to kill Mordekaiser. LeBlanc herself is no joke. No,
the entire Black Rose came together because they fucking hate Mordekaiser. That's insane. Swain. Oh my god, he is an actual Avengers level threat. I love Mordekaiser so much. He's so goated.
No one really knows who she is. Even her magic and immortality is a mystery, so it's insane that Mbessa has made LeBlanc her enemy in season 2 of Arcane. But
yeah, huge L, Mbessa.
Regardless, she's a cunning sorceress who stays in the shadows and manipulates people for her own goals, which are,
I mean, dude, I'd let her manipulate me for her own goals, if you know what I'm saying.
are also unknown by them. Using his hold...
Also unknown. Interesting. So we really don't know a lot about LeBlanc. She seems like a really mysterious character, even in the lore, everything that we know. She's just kind of everywhere, manipulating literally everywhere.
Over the Noxi tribes, Vladimir launched his assault on the immortal Bastion, and alongside the betrayal from LeBlanc, Mordekaiser was eventually taken down, with his soul being banished back into the spirit world. Damn. Away from his armor. Soon to...
Bro, they actually had to send Mordekaiser to the Shadow Realm. Insane. And that is how LeBlanc and Vladimir actually allied up.
To be forgotten through time. However, it is stated that Mordekaiser had planned all of this from the very start. And
no way bro is pulling a Sosuke Aizen right now.
And is now just waiting for a chance to be brought back to life in the modern day.
Are you joking? Wait, Mordekaiser planned this entire thing somehow? I mean, maybe, whatever. It's a big statement. Big statement. We'll see. We'll see. But if this is some 5D jest plan for him to just unite the entire world, just for Mordekaiser to come back at some point, literally slap his cock on Noxus's front door and be like, I'm home. Daddy's back.
After Mordekaiser's technical death, the
second technical death,
Noxi took the Immortal Bastion as
bro is actually doing an anime time skip IRL for real.
Prize of their victory, and began pushing its borders outwards to defend themselves and gain other resources, till the point they gained access to the World Runes, which are fragments of raw magic which were once used to shape and create the planet of Runeterra itself. Yep. And Noxus, being Noxus, used these runes to fight against each other, and catastrophe ensued.
Classic Noxus doing their shit.
Starting the famous Rune Wars 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, so that's this is all way post Mordekaiser. This is all this great Rune War seems like it was kind of stemmed because of the Black Rose. The Black Rose started the Rune War. Fuck, dude. They discovered ancient magic nukes.
Those who used the runes ended up destroying each other, with civilizations and landmasses being completely demolished. And so the modern world was born, with many of the remaining Noxi, including Vladimir, retreating to the Immortal Bastion. They emerged as one nation, making the start of Noxus Year Zero.
Damn, and that's why it's called Year Zero. And Heimerdinger was there at that time, right? That's why he's so anti-magic in Arcane, because he saw, like, they found the runes.
Then at some point around 349 AG, before their first war with Demacia, Noxus becomes an imperial power. The noble houses of Noxus declare and vow to unify all of Runeterra under a single Noxian banner. They
classic imperialists, am I right, guys?
State the first Noxian Grand General, and the Empire starts to forcefully annex numerous territories.
So, who currently is the leader of Noxus? So, right now, Vladimir is still there, right? Vladimir is still in the capital of Noxus. And right now, as we know, and we don't know where LeBlanc is. She's just kind of slithering around somewhere.
Noxians continue to expand their borders as they normally do, until they eventually
Bro, Noxus is what MSNBC thinks America is right now.
Bumped into their neighboring nation, Demacia, starting their first official national war. Demacia was a proud nation who despised the use of magic, with their weapons and armor made from a composite called petricite, which nullified magic. So through a highly trained military and petricite, they stood their ground against these invaders. But in typical Noxian fashion, they sent out their strongest warrior, the warlord Sion. He was the last.
Dude, look at this fucking guy. Oh my god. Bro looks like the fire giant from Elden Ring.
Last of a proud culture that has been a part of Noxus since its founding.
Damn. So currently, big war between Demacia and Noxus. With Noxus being the aggressors. They literally want world domination, either for unity or for pride. They are, it seems like, the major aggressors of the current landscape of Runeterra.
Reaching the war front, Sion realized the Noxians there were all worn out and their morality was at an all-time low. Even the commander was done with the fight and decided to leave the Demacians be, but not under Sion's watch. My guy literally smashed him by throwing him into the city walls and forced the demoralized Noxians to charge into battle.
Oh my god, I am your morale! Holy moly!
Fortunately for him though, his team was done for, and he ended up being the only one charging into the Demacians. But anyway.
Ain't no fucking way. Bro, dude, oh my god. Dude thought he was, Sasageo. What the fuck? Bro thought he was Commander Erwin from Attack on Titan. He ended up rolling in all along. No.
Sion, using his ult, charges into the Demacians, but don't count my guy out just yet. As we all know, Sion's passive, right? Inting Sion spawned in, and he was able to fight to the bitter end, literally choking the king of Demacia, Jarvan I, to death.
He literally stormed it all alone and he ended up killing the king? Oh my god!
All the while being stabbed and beaten continuously until death.
That's insanely gangster. It's like, sir, we're out of men. I don't need any men. Bro just rumbles in there all alone.
The death.
We're currently at Jarvan the Fourth. Yeah.
Of Jarvan. The Demacians were all but broken. But the
Demacians. Bro, they lost their king to an assault by one dude. Holy shit.
Same couldn't be said for the Noxian.
No shit. Noxians are like, oh, damn.
Although they retrieved Sion's body, the Demacians started liberating various nations in central Valoran, who in turn helped them fight the Noxians.
So the Noxians were such a major threat, they caused Demacia to make alliances with all these other tiny nations just because their threat was so big.
Pushing their borders towards the east for the next 50 years. However, the warlord's story doesn't end there, as the war against Demacia rages on once again. The then Emperor of Noxus, Borum Darkwill, requested the help of the Black Rose in a desperate attempt to resurrect Sion.
Right, so it seems like the Black Rose really wasn't necessarily in control in the foreground. It really seems like the Black Rose was much more of a like a political background shadow government that was kind of doing random shit behind the scenes. And it also seems like Ambessa isn't nearly as scary as all these other guys. Sion's lower jaw is literally the king's crown? No.
By this time, the Black Rose had ended up taking in more and more nobles and powerful sorcerers since Mordekaiser's death, similar to our real-world conspiracy organizations like the Illuminati.
So they actually are some shadow organization that controlled Noxus behind the scenes, controlling the kings and whatever, just wanting to stay in the shadows, no need to be out front. And I guess Ambessa wanted to kind of be free of them, and they were not cool about that. Holy shit. I mean, I'd let her control me, if you know what I'm saying, but...
One such example is the noble known as Lady Elise, who belonged to one of the oldest houses of Noxus.
Hey, women don't belong to anyone, okay, dude? Damn, I just had to virtue signal there a little bit. Moving on.
She was poisoned by her own husband, who she ended up stabbing to death.
Understandable.
Although Elise did consume the
women moment, am I right? I had to counteract my virtue signal with some current, with a little bit of misogyny, you know what I'm saying?
Antidote for the poison, it screwed her up real bad, as she had ended up bedridden for weeks.
I can fix her.
However, one day, she was visited by LeBlanc with the offer—
No, dude, she's everywhere!
To join the Black Rose and a promise of sharing secrets, power, and knowledge to those who can be trusted. And so, to prove herself to the Black Rose, because she did murder her own husband.
True. That is there really a bigger betrayal than murdering your own husband? Honestly, it's up there. I can't even disagree with that one.
Who was an elite in the Noxian society.
Ah! Fuck.
Elise traveled to the Shadow Isles, a desecrated, unholy site filled with ghosts and spirits, to gain a certain item for Noxus, the skull of the tyrant Sha'an Uzal.
No!
Before he became Mordekaiser.
Bro, dude, it all comes back to Mordekaiser. That dude is still shaping the world even today. Oh my god. Dude, she seems like a really, nefarious, manipulative fucking bitch, that LeBlanc.
You know, why does LeBlanc need Mordekaiser's lost head? Is she trying to resurrect this
No.
again and trying to control him this time?
Nah, bro. Sion.
Oh, hold up. I might be cooking here. That's what the Black Rose is after. However, it ended badly for her.
That's what the Black Rose was after? The Black Rose wants to try to bring back Mordekaiser and control him because they know that that will actually help them succeed in literal world domination? No. LeBlanc seems more likely to not want Mordekaiser to come back. She's the one that killed that motherfucker. I mean, I guess that's just a theory.
As she found herself being bitten by the spider god Vilema. Yo, that's like Kog'Maw. This changed her into a hideous spider, but her new master was not all that bad. He gave her the offer of immortality.
You call her a hideous spider, bro?
By drinking his poisoned blood. All Elise had to do was give him a couple of sacrifices here and there. Perhaps a creature like Vilema is also responsible for LeBlanc and her powers. Yo!
Interesting.
Hold up. But this could—
I mean, we don't know. We don't know how LeBlanc is immortal and shit. But you got Spider God Woman, Elise.
Connection to Vilema gave Elise easy access to the Shadow Isles as she could freely move around the twisted tree lines, and even the spirits there did not get in her way. By the time Elise went back to Noxus,
there's so many— I can't believe how many intricate characters there are. I mean, I guess they're all different champions in League of Legends, and League of Legends literally has hundreds of champions. But dude, every single one of them is like fascinating. Like even Elise. Like this is a character that was born in like basically owned by some noble, ends up betraying him and murdering him, gets whispered to by this fucking secret society to do some crazy underhanded shit, gets bitten by a spider god, ends up becoming this crazy psycho spider lady feeding human sacrifices. Like, dog, like this is insane.
she regained her human form with the power to transform into a spider at will. Seeing this, LeBlanc found
the real Spider-Man
a way to take advantage of the situation. The Black Rose would keep giving Vilema an unlimited supply of sacrifices while Elise would gain her immortality from him, and LeBlanc would gain free entry into the Shadow Isles to gain access to various relics hidden there.
Let's go! It is literally a win-win, guys! It is literally a win-win. LeBlanc wins, extra relics and shit, and an immortal spider soldier, and the Spider King wins. Human sacrifices. I mean, the only real loser here are the humans that are getting sacrificed, but let's be real, they weren't doing anything anyway.
So yeah, the Black Rose is—
they're just NPCs, guys. It's okay.
Crazy powerful. Even powerful enough to resurrect Sion, who, by the way, had been—
so this is the crown, you're saying, his bottom jaw.
dead for almost 50 years now. This operation—
could you imagine being in Demacia and hearing the news? They just resurrected the guy that single-handedly broke into your country and killed your king. Like, can you imagine? You imagine getting that news?
Was spearheaded by LeBlanc with the help of her Pookie Vladimir and other sorcerers, and so Sion came back to life. They even gave him Jarvan the First's crown for his lower jaw as
dude, that has got to be the biggest fuck you I've ever seen in my life.
a sign of respect. But something went horribly wrong, just like it does every time humanity and mortals try to peek into the arcane in Arcane. Sion didn't retain any of his emotions from when he was alive. He had no sense of humanity left in him. It was like he was resurrected soulless, just pure rage and bloodlust. Proving to be completely out of control, Emperor Darkwill ordered for him to be imprisoned. It took nearly 100 Noxian lives to restrain Sion.
Oh my god, dude! I love how, like, the moral here is, you have, like, the uber rich people literally fucking with, like, civilians for the sake of maybe potentially helping them out in the future. It's like, yes, she got a pretty great immortal spider soldier, but yeah, now they're feeding human sacrifices to evil spider god. Yes, they wanted to fuck around with the arcane and bring back the super soldier, but now it cost them 100 people's lives literally to just, you know, restrain the guy. Like, it's just the classic manipulative elite doing their shit at the expense of, honestly, the civilians that they're claiming to be there to protect.
But at the end of the day, he was captured and imprisoned under the same statue that was meant to commemorate him 50 years ago.
The symbolism is insane. They bring the guy back as a fuck you. They give him the crown of the king that he murdered. All right? Then they imprison him under the statue commemorating him.
With even Sion turning out to be a failure, Darkwill started going batshit crazy. He wanted to regain Noxus's original might, but kept meeting dead ends, causing him to stop listening to his closest advisors, nor the Black Rose, which led LeBlanc to a conclusion: either control him or destroy him.
Yep, sounds about right, because ultimately, you know what matters? Power matters, baby!
Yo, she had to destroy Mordekaiser, but like if she resurrects Mordekaiser now with that skull Elise brought her from the Shadow Isles, maybe she can control him. Holy shit, LeBlanc's gonna
Yeah, that's not happening.
control Mordekaiser.
No, that's not. Don't worry, that's not happening. Mordekaiser's the GOAT. Bro ain't going down that easy.
So she anonymously leaked information about plots to overthrow Darkwill
You have got to be fucking kidding me. Dude, she actually anonymously leaks that shit?
to a young nobleman named, wait for it, alright, can we get a drum roll? Jericho Swain.
Stat Swain, the guy that everyone in chat's literally been yapping about the entire time.
By the time Swain became a general in the Noxian army, he ended up thwarting all plans against Boram Darkwill, including the execution of the members of his own house, and even several members of the Black Rose, including LeBlanc herself.
Bro, Swain's goated! Wait, hold up.
Hold up. He killed LeBlanc? Was it a clone? Was it a passive? Okay, it was her passive. One thing to note here is that Swain's own parents were part of these plans against Darkwill as they sorted a secret power deep within the heart of the Immortal Bastion, something possibly related to the Iron Revenant Mordekaiser himself.
I love how it literally keeps coming back. This dude's been dead for 1,000 fucking years, and everyone's still like worried about this guy somehow coming back to life. Like, that is like a level of menacing that is insane. But dude, Swain, unironically, is fucking crazy. Swain literally invaded Ionia for Darkwill, and he's winning. How is he still winning? How does he keep winning?
But Swain loved his nation even more than his own family, and so he ended up executing them as well.
Dude literally is the Itachi of Noxus. Like, I said that as a joke before because of all the Raven stuff, but dude actually cooed the Uchiha clan.
However, this was all part of LeBlanc's plans. Yep, it was her passives. To make it look like she was executed along with various other members of the Black Rose. So Swain doesn't even know that she's still alive and kicking. This was so that she could take the backseat again and secretly take advantage of Darkwill's craziness. She realized he was completely paranoid of his own death and wanted to become immortal. So she started poisoning his...
Damn, classic Grimo Wormtongue shenanigans. Dude, LeBlanc is crazy. Oh my god. This is some nefarious shit. And you don't even really know why she's doing all of it.
Mind with secrets of immortality that would lead him to another crazy idea. Let's invade the land of magic itself. Ionia! Woo! However, Ionia is a peaceful nation. They didn't even have a military power.
Airbender L, once again, listen, the Airbenders will take L's no matter what fucking universe they're in.
They were just farmers who lived for their own family's sake, but Darkwill was having none of it. His paranoia pushed the Noxus cruelty to the shores of this amazing, beautiful landmass, killing everyone on sight.
No!
Not even women and children were.
That's pretty fucked up, bro. No, dude. No. I knew it. I sensed the genocide in the air. I sensed Airbender vibes the moment we heard about these guys.
Spared. Like how they murdered Yasuo's old master in cold blood. Since Ionia wasn't prepared, they were quickly overtaken by Noxus at the site of Navori. In the span of days, the Noxian general Swain and his army took the Ionian holy site, the Placidium, that held powerful magical artifacts that were then transported back to Noxus for...
Dude, these guys were fucking, like, Noxus supremacy, like, supernatural nationalism to an extreme. This is some dark shit. Like, this is just insane, random war crimes. Fuck yeah. Mr. Beast is currently the leader of Noxus, ladies and gentlemen.
For the deranged emperor. However, with the retrieval of these artifacts, Boram literally forgot about the invasion and left his forces to fend for themselves at the Placidium. And this time...
Ain't no way. These are evil fucking people. Oh my lord.
It was way too late. The game was over. Ionia started to fight back by using their ancient magic and dance techniques. So with the Nox...
It actually is just bending.
Noxian forces left hungry and alone at the Placidium, a 14-year-old girl by the name of Irelia led the rebellion against Noxus and attacked the Placidium. After a battle, Irelia shattered Swain's knees and cut off his left hand.
Oh my god! The GOAT, Irelia! I don't know who she is, but bro! Actual Avatar. Like, she's the Avatar, dude. She actually came back from an oppressive nationalistic government that just unironically wanted to take over just for the sake of it. Oh my god!
Leaving him at the brink of death. But my guy Swain wasn't done. For him, the might of the nation meant everything, even more than his own life. While he laid there waiting for death to take him, a raven came down, possibly to gnaw at his flesh. However, this was no ordinary bird, as—
Oh my god, dude. This is the same raven that was in the end of Arcane, like with the multiple eyes, right? Hold up. Am I just making that up? Arcane Season 2 Raven. Oh my god, dude. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Holy shit. Okay.
When Swain looked into its eyes, he saw the truth laid at the heart of—
No way they're making the same joke I did.
Noxus, changing him forever. He realized that he was tricked to die at the battlefield by none other than LeBlanc and the Black Rose.
Facts. He was too powerful. He was too badass. He was too beloved by the actual Noxians. He was too powerful and he had too much of an actual stranglehold on Noxian forces. They sent him there to die because there was no possible way they were going to be able to get rid of him silently. They had him invade Ionia, genocide an entire culture because they hoped he would fall there because he would be too problematic for them to deal with. They used his nationalism against him. LeBlanc is such a fantastic character. Oh my god. And Swain is gonna rebel now? Oh lord, dude, the possibilities.
She was the one controlling Darkwill behind the scenes and that he failed to execute her. This was all part of the secret power that his parents were reaching for deep within the heart of Noxus, beneath the immortal bastion. But Swain was still in a crazy situation. Although the Raven had given Swain a second chance at life, it was too late. He was disgraced by the nation he loved and thrown out of the military, where the people just considered him a mere cripple. However—
Yeah, right, dude. Some random cripple guy. Damn, bro. It's like they actually used nationalism to force him into this perspective. And I feel like a lot of nationalism is kind of designed to have people be willing to give their life for their country, right? To put their country above all else. And while I do believe that there is an element of pride to nationalism for sure, I think a lot of it is propaganda too. And he fell for it. Like, it's such an interesting look into the eyes of these obvious oppressors.
However, Swain was not done. Using the Raven's vision, he traveled to the heart of the Immortal Bastion and gained the power of an ancient demon hidden by the Black Rose, the Demon of Secrets, Raum. Now,
bro just casually walked into some random place and was like, you know what, Raum, great demon, let's work together. Is it because this demon hated the Black Rose too? Is that the deal that he made?
We can make a whole entire video explaining all the demons in League of Legends lore, but sticking to Raum, it became the source of Swain's power, while Borum Darkwill was reaching the highest point of madness. So Swain came to a conclusion. It's time for a new era of Noxus. Using his diplomacy tactics—
Oh god, dude, actually rebels. Yeah, sorry, Black Rose, you fucked with the wrong goat. Oh my lord. Every single character that they are describing is like actually fantastic. This is mind-blowing.
Swain gained the favors of the Noxian nobles and greater houses, including the Assassin's family General de Courtou. This general had 2 daughters and a stepson who you may have heard of. The oldest daughter, Katarina, took after her father.
No way! That's Katarina. She's also one of the legends in League of Legends.
Who taught her the ways of the blade and pushed her to become stronger.
Yeah, she's in like all of the cinematics, which I know about because I've already done a lore dive covering all the cinematics.
While her younger sister Cassiopeia took after the politically brilliant ways of her mother. Katarina was so engrossed in her
Dude, that's the twins. One fucking awesome badass and one manipulative behind the scenes character. Hell yeah.
Training when she was younger that in true Noxian fashion, she used to steal poisons from apothecaries and test it on herself. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking crazy. Wait, what? Wait, what?
However, she lost her father's favor later down the line when she failed a mission he ordered. Just like I lost—
Classic dads, am I right? Classic dads. You fuck up one time and you never see them again. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Am I right?
all the favor with my friends when I picked Katarina yesterday after going over this script. You know, I did really well. I think I might become a Katarina main, you know? Yo, don't show that. Do not. No, I did really well. That's my jungler was inting me. Anyway, her father reminded her that an assassin doesn't seek fame and recognition, but Katarina was having none.
Yeah, tell that to the guy that killed the CEO in New York.
So in a casual Noxian way, he sends another assassin after Katarina, her very
Yes, assassinate the assassins.
own stepbrother.
That's pretty fucked up though. Like, dude, if you're gonna send an assassin to murder your daughter, first of all, mega fucked up. But dude, don't keep it out of the family, okay? What is this, The Godfather? Did they stick a whole ass Godfather plot point in the middle of Noxus lore?
They're back.
Like, this is the step bro lore no one wanted to see. Listen, I've seen a lot of videos that start with step bro, and none of them were like this.
Battle was brief but intense and ended in a draw, with Katarina getting a scar on her eye that would remind her every day of her own future.
Damn.
Cassiopeia, on the other hand, is a very different story. Her mother taught her to be manipulative.
Listen, I'm just saying, every good fucking story needs a manipulative character like this.
And have authority in the higher standings of Noxus.
God
But
damn, why is the art so fucking good? Like, if this is official art, like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know, dude. Like, it's not even fair. League of Legends, how is it that every single facet of League of Legends is just completely goated except for the game? Like, how does this make any sense? This is official art? God damn, bro! Damn, they knew what they're doing! Dude! Can't wait for game journalists to call them sexist or something, because they have like a small army of manipulative women in this game.
to be manipulative and have authority in the higher standings of Noxus. But that's not all. Remember the Black Rose? Yeah, her mother was part of that too. This
Literally no one is surprised.
would later come to light when Cassiopeia herself would join the Black Rose after she foiled an assassination plot.
No way. Evil manipulative lady joins the Black Rose in Noxus? No way. Color me shocked.
On her mother's life. But we'll get into this a bit later, as it was now time for Swain's coup d'etat. In the year 980,
Okay, so Swain's literally at this point just gathering forces for like some massive rebellion against Noxus. And remember, he was so loyal to Noxus, he murdered his own family for Noxus, and then found out that Noxus left him to dry because he was becoming a threat to the Black Rose. So he starts a oh my god, dude.
989, he ended up killing Borum Darkwill and took Noxus by force. With the fear that the Black Rose might be targeted next after the death of Borum Darkwill, Cassiopeia's mother ordered her to raid the old Shuriman ruins and obtain the godly power that created the Ascended beings many millennia
Oh my god, she actually tries to become a god warrior or a sun warrior or whatever they're called. Bro.
ago. So using a mercenary named Sivir, Cassiopeia entered the Tomb of the Forgotten, the last Shuriman Emperor Azir's ruins. Realizing she found what she was looking for, she betrayed
God.
Sivir by stabbing her in the back.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, can we please stop? Sivir is another champion. Yes, I got that. There's a lot of really interesting characters in this game, it turns out. Why are all the women hot? Because they knew how to design female characters in video games 10 years ago.
And open the doors of the tomb to obtain this godly power. However, Cassiopeia's fate turned to the worst as the tomb's guardians awoke and a giant snake stone statue came to life.
Yeah, you shouldn't have murdered your mercenary friend.
This snake jumps into Cassiopeia and bites her, with the poison searing her flesh
I mean, that makes sense, because isn't Cassiopeia, like in Greek mythology, like part of Medusa's lore?
like acid. Now, any normal person would just turn to ashes here, but not Cassiopeia. She transforms into a half-snake, half-human hybrid.
Dude, how do they do this? How do they take some of the least fuckable animals on the planet, all right, that sounded weird, and merge them with humans to create these characters? Like, listen, that was a joke. Listen, I'm just saying, that was all comedy. That was literally all comedy.
With the powers of Medusa. Meanwhile, things started to change in Noxus. At this time, the war in Ionia was going on for roughly 5 years, and Irelia had been...
Pretty sure this is the wrong art.
The war in Ionia...
Pretty sure this is like the original war between the Sun Warriors and the Darken, like the Darken times.
Was going on for roughly 5 years, and Irelia had built a resistance capable enough to stand against Noxus. However, this time, Swain was the Emperor of Noxus.
Yeah, things are a little different now. You used to fight people under a pretty demented old man. Yeah, he was being manipulated by some weird psycho Illuminati fascist, but simultaneously, Swain is a whole other beast. This man is a prolific general.
And unlike Darkwill, he wasn't batshit crazy, so he decided to cut his losses and pull back the Noxian forces, ending the first war in Ionia. Yep, you heard it right, I said first war because Noxus is never done. Swain realized that Noxus
Dude, Noxus is fucking crazy.
Needed a new strategy, and learning from Darkwill's experience, he abolished the Emperor system and created the trifarix. Based
Swain abolished the Emperor system, make 3 rulers for better, more sound decisions. Based?
Representing one of the principles of Noxus. This is a 3-party ruling system where—
Wait, he gave LeBlanc power? Dude, if LeBlanc actually has power now, maybe she won't betray him. This is a big dub, because from what I understand, the Black Rose does not like the fact that that this strong-ass, head-ass man is literally in control.
Each would keep the other in check if they strayed from their path of making Noxus great again. Swain represents
No.
the principle of vision as the political leader of Noxus. An unknown individual represents the principle of guile.
An unknown individual, my fucking asshole. Yeah, unknown individual, it's LeBlanc, okay?
Let's be honest, it's LeBlanc.
Yeah, thank you, alright.
He's big brain. Whenever something happens in Noxus that is weird and without any answers, just think it was probably LeBlanc and the Black Rose manipulating shit from the shadows. Finally,
classic shadow government situation. We all need one.
Comes the hand of Noxus, General Darius, who represents strength.
Oh, this is the same Darius from before that invaded Demacia?
Darius grew up as an orphan alongside his brother Draven on the streets.
Draven is his brother? Oh my god.
Battled their way through the smaller gangs and later joined the army of Noxus. Anyone can rise to power in Noxus, regardless of their birth, culture, or family status, so both Darius and—
Equality, ladies and gentlemen. Noxus is all about equality among Noxians. If you are not Noxious, then you might get murdered. But
Draven were given a chance to rank up in the army, till eventually Darius became the hand of Noxus. Draven, however, wanted all the riches life could offer, but continuous war can break a man completely, which is what happened to him. He went into depression and spent more and more time drinking and gambling, where eventually he reached the lowest point in his life, until one day he was found by the disgraced former general Swain. He shared his vision to reclaim Noxus's lost glory and gained Draven's support. But
dude, that's insane. That is so cool, bro. That is so cool. That's like the act. Dude, Swain is awesome. After Swain gets betrayed, he has to make alliances, so he allies up with Draven at that point, whose brother ends up becoming the hand of Noxus himself. That's such a cool way to bring him back into the fold. I really like Swain, honestly.
to be honest, Swain probably—
It's not Draven, it's Draven. Oops.
Just wanted Draven's help with the intention to gain his brother's support in the future.
I mean, probably.
However, after Darkwill was murdered by Swain with Draven's help, Darius had to come to a decision. He had high respect for—
Right, it's the loyalty to the former regime of Noxus, or look forward to a change.
The disgraced general during the invasion.
Look up the Draven skin. Are you serious, or are you like memeing right now? Draven. Are you kidding? What the is this just Draven wearing his own face as a mask? You gotta be shitting me, bro. Okay, anyway, fine, sure, okay.
Invasion of Ionia, and even supported him when he was discharged from the army. Swain explained to Darius his new vision for the empire, and so Darius concluded that he would follow the new emperor. However, Swain had different plans. He explained to Darius about Darkwill's folly and asked him to join the Trifarix Council, which Darius gladly accepted. Now, back to war.
Damn, so currently, Noxus has really evolved a lot since its inception. That's pretty awesome.
Demacia and Noxus' rivalry still continues, with Darius leading the charge against Prince Jarvan IV, who ended up
the fourth,
defeating his entire battalion and sent him running back home with his tail between his legs. However, with Demacia having to deal with its own problems due to the Mage's rebellion led by Silas, Swain as the—
Oh, don't forget, there's also like a literal entire other plot. This is literally just the lore of Noxus right now, okay? This is just Darius and Swain founding new Noxus, all right? We're not even talking about the inner strife in other countries. Like, this is just one part of the massive lore that is the world of Runeterra. It is so impressive.
New leader started gaining Noxus its previous glory back. And if you guys want me to do a deep dive—
Make Noxus great again, guys.
On Demacia, where Garen, Lux, Jarvan, Poppy, all of these champions come from, hit that like button, let me know in the comments below.
Alright, and let me know if I need to keep doing lore dives into other places of Runeterra specifically, because Noxus was the one I was most interested in, and it did not disappoint so far.
Because Demacia, it has its own novel, there's a whole comic series, the Silas Mage Seeker game, there's so much in Damascus. I would love to cover it. So hit that like button and let me know if you want more Arcane and League videos. Anyway, Swain decided to start building relationships with other countries again, with the sole purpose of uniting the whole world under one singular rule. Under Swain's leadership,
that's always been their goal. Their goal has always been complete totalitarian justice, question mark, literally just world domination under the emblem of Noxus.
But there's
like 10 more characters in Freyord, another 20 in Ionia, 30 in Demacia. Oh my god, there's so much.
One thing to take into consideration. When Noxus takes over a nation, it must adhere to Noxus rules. Basically, all the citizens in a country, whenever Noxus takes over, they all have to follow Noxus's rules and regulations.
I mean, I guess that's just classic global expansionism, right?
This is similar to other conquerors and emperors like Genghis Khan and his Mongol army's policy when they took over nations and cities in our war. One such example is of a family whose city of Ankara was attacked by a bunch of bandits, and the citizens had to escape and take refuge at a city called Belzun, which was under Noxus's rule. This family included a young girl named Samira who fell in love with the Noxian way of life and ended up joining their war band, and later on became a literal one-woman army.
Wait, what? Wait, who is Samira? Bro, just a random person that was from a place that was ravaged? Just this, okay.
Oh, that's why she has that stupid, ridiculous, every time I play ARAM, there's some dumbass team with Samira and Brand, and we get one shot. But unlike Samira, not all were happy with the way.
Oh my god, she was in one of the trailers, yeah. Damn, I think Silas is gonna be top 5 for Nux. Oh my god, dude, there's so many characters! I will consume all lore, okay? Chill out. Samira's broken. I will consume all lore.
Things were working out for Noxus.
See, but I see why people that like battle and glory gravitate to Noxus, right? Like, that definitely seems to be their main vibe.
One such person was another young girl named Rel. She was the daughter of a noble family who, in typical Noxian fashion, lived with the ideals that excellence is measured in sacrifice.
I feel like I literally heard that quote in Arcane, right? Didn't Ambessa say that? Excellence is measured in sacrifice. Fuck, dude. That's such an insane line.
However, Rel had a secret.
No, maybe it wasn't that. I remember Ambessa was teaching what's her face how to fight, and she said this line. She said that there's 3 things. There's form, and there's skill, and there's sacrifice, or something like that.
She was a metal bender. I'm serious, but she literally has metal bending. Let me explain. It is a unique power to control metal around her. This ability was so powerful, it attracted the eyes of none other than LeBlanc herself.
No! Dude, she's everywhere. She's everywhere.
She took Rel into the Black Rose Academy trained her to control her powers by fighting against other similar students, which the council were clueless about. Bro, do these students all have bending? Every time she beat her fellow students, a magical sigil was placed into her arms, which in turn amplified her powers greatly. However, each time she beat a student, she never saw them again, and
they killed the student. No way.
Only grew stronger and stronger until one day she had enough. On her 16th birthday, Rel broke out of the academy and found the true nature of the school. Each time she beat a student, their magic was absorbed out of them, leaving just a husk of human flesh. Bro, they took their bending away. Who's that?
Dude, they literally would, every time she would defeat a student, she would absorb that student's power and life essence to make her a crazier warrior.
Avatar here. And they converted these kids' magic into—
Oh my god, they were literally creating a monster. Dog!
To these sigils that were placed on Rel's arms, but to top it off, she found out that her own mother was in charge of this academy.
Bro! The mindfuck. Like, the actual mindfuck. Again, for Noxus, might makes right. And they are living up to that ideal, right? They want to spread Noxian culture throughout the world, and this is a sacrifice they're willing to make. Because excellence is... What was the line? Excellence is created by sacrifice? Something like that?
So Rel was like, screw all this shit, and tore all the metal around her to create a armor and crushed everyone in front of her. Moreover, she changes the armor into a metal horse.
That's so fucking badass.
And charges away from the academy.
Dude, that is so badass. Oh my god. Are you the fox or the wolf? For real, for real. Dude, every single time. Kind of based on the mother to power up her own child. Yeah, if she won the fight. If she would have lost the fight, she would have had her flesh sucked out and shit and put in somebody else's arm. Dude.
Academy. She now seeks to topple the government who ignored,
and of course she becomes a terrorist. Classic, am I right, guys? Classic.
The pain of the weak and only appreciated the strongest, which is literally Noxus in a nutshell.
Yeah, she actually becomes some sort of resistance against Noxus, like the unironic tyrannical government of Noxus. I am floored. Every single character is so good. Every single character so far has been fantastic. Samira, where she came from in order and where she went, and how she became a one-woman army. Rel, who ended up rebelling. Darius and the founding of New Noxus. Draven, Swain, everyone.
But Noxus isn't done yet. With a new leader and an even greater vision of expansion, they decide to invade a new nation known as Piltover. But
oh, now we're getting to modern-day Arcane.
This time, they did it differently. Rather
instead of just invading with force, it's taking over from the inside with Ambessa.
Rather than violence, they used politics and diplomacy by using a mercantile clan known as the Medardas to infiltrate Piltover. With Clan Medarda established as a business venture in Piltover, a Noxian warlord belonging to the clan named Ambessa sent her daughter Mel to oversee the business interests in the city.
Interesting, eh? Interesting. And the Medardas never were like actually in control of Noxus. They were just a like powerhouse merchant clan,
which is where we get to the events of Arcane. Mel herself was not a typical Noxian. She hated violence and learned from a young age to be more diplomatic, unlike her mother, which is why her mother banished her to Piltover in the first place. And using these political—
Dude, Ambessa literally is one of my favorite characters in the show. I'm floored by how good every single character in Arcane is. And in League of Legends, I thought all these characters were just random one-note soldiers and shit. I am shocked.
Talents, Mel would rise up the political ranks of her clan and ended up becoming one of the richest people in Piltover, along with becoming a member of the Council of Clans that literally rule Piltover. But why did Mel's mother send her only child away, since we know her older brother Kino died when they were younger? Well, to
stay away from the fucking,
understand that,
because the Black Rose ultimately always wants control. Ambessa literally is a classic Noxian.
We need to get to know a bit about Ambessa and Clan Medarda. Hailing from the city of—
Alright, we actually get some backstory on the Medardas too.
Rokrund, which is located at the shores of South Noxus, Clan Medarda used to be traders on the Shuriman coast, hence their golden aesthetic, which belonged to the Shurimans alongside the Reds of Noxus. But Ambessa is the main reason for—
Right, Shurima was the god warrior nation that fell long before Noxus showed up.
Her clan's success and hold in Noxus. As a child, she saw death firsthand when her father made her collect the blades of fallen soldiers after the Battle of Hinderand.
Yep, that's pretty fucked up.
And so, embodying the will of Noxus,
go gather their swords.
She realized that death was not meant to be feared, but respected, leading to her becoming—
sacrifice leads to excellence.
A renowned warrior of Noxus and was loved across her clan.
Right? Because ultimately anyone can rise to power in Noxus as long as you become a fucking badass.
Including her own grandfather, Menelik, who was the head of the clan at the time. But Ambessa's love for her family only heightened after her son Kino was born, and she decided that everything that she does is for the sake of her family and not the Empire.
Yeah, her perspective eventually changed. Instead of Noxus above all, her family was put above Noxus, and that makes her ultimately a threat to the governing forces of Noxus.
And so when
it's just, there's so many like interesting little nuances in the ideologies of different characters and what leads them down specific paths, like the entire way through.
Her hometown of Rokrund was attacked. Ambessa stayed to defend it, even though she was pregnant with Mel at the time. Bro, Ambessa legit got shot in the stomach by an arrow, surrounded by a bunch of dead guys while being pregnant with Mel, and both end up surviving.
That's fucked up. Oh my god, that's insane.
Holy shit, every ability she can dash. Insane. Anyway, but it doesn't end there. After her grandfather passed, she became the head of the clan by taking on multiple family members and won. With her new position, Ambessa abolished weakness in her family to the point she ended up sending her only daughter Mel to Piltover, as she considered violence as a last resort. Unfortunately—
Yeah, interesting. It's super interesting. I like that perspective a little bit. Like, it's really fascinating to see that, like, because we would look at Ambessa, like, through the eyes of Arcane as, like, a really violent character. Like, Ambessa is, like, a force of nature, a force to be reckoned with, like, pure Noxian expansionism. But when you look at it from the perspective of, like, the greater Noxian beliefs, it's very much not like that. Like, she is very much family above even Noxus, and even above expansionism and above ideals. Like, maybe not super hard, like when you look at it from the perspective of other characters, like in Arcane, like she isn't the super cuddly, motherly character. She ends up fighting her daughter at the end, but ultimately she does care about her family more than Noxus, which is an interesting perspective to have as a Noxian warrior. And it just goes to show that her beef with the Black Rose, she had no chance. Like, she used Piltover as her literal, and the Hex Tech as literally her only possible way, like, to fight against the Black Rose, which ultimately has so much more control than she could ever possibly have. She isn't even one of the 3 main powers of Noxus, right? Being Swain, Darius, and whoever the third branch is, probably LeBlanc. Like, she sent her daughter to Piltover because she would be more safe as her enemy. Has got to be the most insane, ballsy thing of all time. Like, Ambessa seems like a complete and utter badass in Arcane, and she is. But compared to Noxus, she's soft. And that is a crazy realization to have.
Fortunately for her, however, this happiness was short-lived because Kino pissed off some really powerful guy and ended up dying at his hand, which after the events of Arcane Season 2 Act 1, we know it was the Black Rose. Though she loved her only son, Ambessa feared that the man would strike again, and so she would end up traveling to Piltover to meet Mel in the hopes of rebuilding their broken relationship.
Yeah, and also getting enough power to actually be able to fight off the Black Rose, because they have no chance. Dude, nothing but respect for Ambessa for standing up to the Black Rose and shit. And because this is the stuff that she's believing in, and she knows that she's such a cool character, honestly. I really feel like they did her a little dirty at the end there, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Act 3 of Arcane Season 2 was a little bit rushed, but Ambessa as a character, like looking at the perspective of who she's actually up against, you gotta realize that all of her power plays, they're not just power plays, they're her only chance of survival.
This is because of Jace and Victor's invention of Hextech, a mixture of magic and technology which was revealed to the world during Piltover's renowned progress day. After hearing the news of such a powerful magic item, Ambessa bet her family's future upon her controlling it. Also, Ambessa prioritizes her clan over Noxus, which is against Noxian standards. I mean, Swain got his own parents killed when he believed they were involved in the plans to kill the previous emperor. So it's possible that LeBlanc and even Swain see Clan Medarda's ideals gaining.
Yeah, they might be a threat. They literally might be a threat. And Noxus will not take anyone in Noxus that values anything over Noxus. Like, if you look at just a contrast between Swain and Ambessa, Swain murdered his own family as a coup for Noxus. And Ambessa is trying to save her family instead of Noxus. Ambessa was too weak for Noxus. That's fucking crazy. I mean, at least in their perspective. Yo, that's wild.
Military power through Hextech as a national security threat, as they would earn that without following Noxian ideals. Now, there is a lot more to talk about Noxus, like the invasion of Ionia for the second time, where even Singed is involved from...
Singed is involved? Wait, so Noxus history actually passes Arcane? Arcane isn't even present day? What?
Arcane, but I thought that would be better off left for the Ionia explained video, the history of Ionia video. By the end of this whole Arcane series, I want to cover this entire Realms of Runeterra book, plus a lot of the stuff that's on the Universe Wiki. Also, about that, shout out to my guy Rubs from the Universe Wiki. He's one of the moderators and helped look over the script. Honestly, the support on the timeline video was incredible. Like, I did not expect for it to do that well. Also, if you guys want to help make those cool cinematics,
yeah, that was insane. Singed the GOAT. Singed makes bioweapons for Noxus. All right, we got to do a whole Singed deep dive because he was one of my favorite characters in Arcane also. Anyway, thank you, Movie Balls Deep, for making this video. That was a banger. I will keep doing League lore because this was amazing. I'm hesitant to put League and S tier on my lore tier list just because S tier is really for the best of the best of the best. And maybe I have a recency bias because I love Arcane so much. So I'm scared to do it. I'm still going to say high A tier for now. Right now, there's only like 5 things in S tier, like in all of my lore dives. So I'm a little spooked, but I'm not going to lie to you. League is surprising me. Every single character has been impressive. Dude, Swain, dude, we need a fucking Arcane video. We need an Arcane video. Anyway, I do believe my next lore dive will be in the Warhammerverse. But thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate you immensely. Let me know future lore dives you want me to do. Uploading 2 lore dives a week on Nuxanor, on Taku, and Slop on Nuxanor, baby. Thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate you. Singed story is as dark as I have no mouth and I must scream. Ain't no way. Fuck. All right. Anyway, stay weird, fam. Leave a like. Bye, 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 bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.